A lot of people are predicting, or have predicted at the start of the season, that Manly will be minor premiers because of their depth of strength. The Balmain side coming onto the field, led out by their skipper, Wayne Pearce bringing them on, and this is how the Balmain side will look. It's a pretty good looking team. The only major change though is at the halves. The halfback Greg Lane is out. Gary Bridge has gone from 5'8" to halfback, and New Zealand's blockbusting utility back Olsen Filipina is in at 5'8". In the forwards though, the man to watch, apart from their skipper Wayne Pearce, is second rower David Brooks. Brooks, he's only a youngster, came to the club last year from the New England district of New South Wales, was a country first player 2 years ago and an Australian schoolboys representative before then. Very talented player, and he's the main goal kicker in the Balmain team. Very delightful day in Sydney, and we probably couldn't wish for better conditions. We've got the Manly team to come out to onto the field shortly, as is their wont. Bob Fulton keeps his players in the dressing room for as long as possible before the start of the game, issuing final instructions, and almost invariably you'll have the Manly side coming out quite late onto the field. Their skipper Alan Thompson. It's a big day for Alan Thompson today. We'll tell you about that shortly, but this Manly side coming out with a great deal of vengeance in their mind, because Balmain have been a stumbling block to them despite the fact that they've done well last year. In the Manly side, a number of changes. They've got the youngster Steve Hegarty in at fullback, replacing the representative player Phil Sigsworth. Phil Blake goes to the centres, Tony Melrose to the wing, Des Hasler is in at halfback, Paul Borton moves to lock, replacing Ian Schubert, and Glenn Ryan comes into the side in the second row. Their skipper Alan Thompson today playing his 243rd first grade game for the club. That equals the club record established by Fred Jones. He's achieved everything in rugby league, Alan Thompson, and only a minute ago was named a life member of the Manly club for his services to that club. 5 tackles have gone pretty quickly for Balmain. They're 10 metres inside their own half. Brooks will kick. Won't. Now our first handover of the game goes to Manly, and that is a penalty. Glenn Ryan. Paul Borton will relish this move out to lock forward. He's a player who gets involved in a great deal of defence, but he's also a good runner with the ball. Here he goes. Ray Brown. Hasler. Chris Close. Big burly centre. Look at him go. Chris Close tearing downfield. Going for the corner, and he's caught by Humphrey short. Only a metre out from the line. Great run from Close. Hasler. That's Brown. Gerard. Past Thompson. Out to Cleal. Cleal beautifully away. Hegarty's going to score. His first grade game. He's in for a try. Good try to Manly. And young Steve Hegarty, how delighted he'd be feeling with that. Called up to replace Phil Sigsworth. That's fine by Balmain. We'll put a bit of pressure on the Manly defence now. Philippine. No, it's Roach. Roach has burst right through. Here's Humphreys. He'll score under the post. That's a brilliant try to Balmain. Beautiful work by Stephen Roach. He really burst through onto the ball, and there was just no holding him. And I dare say when some of the Manly selectors have... But this Balmain defence is straight across the ground. Good straight line. Rhyme running with the backs. That's Close. Close away. Close with beautiful stepping. Close going for the corner inside, looking for support. He's still going, gives it to Ryan. This is a good try. No, it's not. They've bombed it, but it would have been a superb effort. That was fabulous play. Now will Balmain put it in the air? Philippine has played it forward. Roach throws it out, and that's a try. Simon Booth is over. Well, I thought Filipina had done the wrong thing. When Balmain were getting ready for the bomb, Filipina was unaware of that, and he played it forward. But that has paid off in the long run for the Tigers, with Simon Booth scoring the second try for Balmain. Terry Boasted, marked by Davidson today. That's Hasler. He's away. He's got tons of pace, this fellow. The fullback's coming across. Hasler out to his winger Melrose. Melrose is caught. I don't know there. I thought that Hasler might well have been clear enough to get to the line without looking for his winger. But Manly are still attacking. Long one to Glenn Ryan in the centres. That's Ray Brown. Shallow one. Noel Cleal. Kerry Bosted for the corner. He'll go over and score. A beautiful try to Kerry Bosted. And that wipes out the thought of Balmain going in with a lead at half-time. Kerry Bosted very close to the touch-in goal line, but he was in mid-air when he planted the ball down over the goal line, and a good try indeed. And Kerry Bosted's got it for Manly. Away he goes. Good backing up. Away goes Blake. Will they get to him? Racing to the line, and Blake is going to score, and Manly go further in front. Manly 16, Balmain. Here's the try from head on, and the kick by Bridges across field. Now Hegarty can't get there. It comes loose. Bosted does well, and now he's being chased by the defence all the way upfield. As he's run towards the touchline, he hears Blake calling inside, and Blake scoots away. David French gives chase all the way to the line, but Blake had sufficient pace to run away from him and put it down underneath the posts for Manly's third try. And a very important change being made in the Balmain side. Olsen Philippine of the 5'8" has been replaced by Ron Ryan in number 19. Cleal. Manly starting to cut Balmain open now, and there's Hasler. Looks for support. He's got it too. Gerard not with the pace and is caught by Lawson. The Balmain defence equal to the task. Chris Close. Thompson. Here's Blake's kick, crossfield. Bosted waiting for it, pushing him out of the way, grounds the ball, but he concedes a penalty. No try. Thompson. Brown. Vaughton. Hasler across field. Close. And I think Balmain have got it through Brooks. Well, he's knocked it on. Brooks can't believe that. He thought he got to the ball clearly, but the referee was across there and has ruled the knock on.
Balmain have won 2 scrums in the second half to make them 2-2, but still no tight heads.
Alan Thompson. Jeff Gerard. I just wonder whether or not Bob Fulton might consider another replacement shortly in the forwards, because it's pretty hot out there. Good pass. That's to Close. And out to Bosted. Try number 2 to Bowie. Kerry Bosted. Try number 2. He's done it in practically the same fashion as the first one. Manly starting to run away with the game now. Hasler. Vaughton. Down the middle, he split the defence again. Ray Brown, the hooker, he's got no support. Finds Cleal. He'll be hard to stop. Got support. Chris Close gets it out, and Blake's beautifully in for a try. Magnificent handling. Philip Blake scored his second try. It's just been replaced. Our man of the match, Paul Vaughton, 26 tackles in the game. And once again, the top tackler for the Manly side, but a good game with the ball as well. Paul Vaughton has been replaced by Michael Blake. So it's well-earned rest for Paul Vaughton, and Michael Blake, his replacement, immediately gets into the act. Bosted calling for the ball. It comes inside to Thompson. Floats a long pass out to Glenn Ryan. A very dejected group of Balmain supporters starting to leave the ground now with less than 5 minutes to go, and Manly tearing their side apart as Hasler goes in for another try. How easy. There was just a complete absence of any Balmain defence there, and Hasler realised that the dejected group of Balmain players were just standing flat-footed infield, and he set off to the blind side with hardly a hand being laid upon by Hegarty. And as Hegarty goes back into position, this is how easy that try was. Cleo gets the ball to Alan Thompson. He was tripped there by Pearce, but not held. When I say tripped, he was tackled fairly. Not held, got a pass away, and Hasler just scooted around the diving tackle of Ben Elias. And even though Gary Jack was coming across, he was much too quick to get over and score. That's Paul McCabe, who's the replacement for Glenn Ryan. And the penalty there, and he's off. Paul McCabe's been set off for headbutting. He's been set off. Paul McCabe's only been on the field for a minute, and he was involved in the tackle. He just moved into one of the Balmain defenders and headbutted him out of the way. So Paul McCabe's been set off after being on the field for only 60 seconds. And here it is. You'll see he'll play the ball.
There it is, straight in. I don't think there's any doubt that that was a deliberate attempt, and the referee standing there right in front of it.
A bit of a break up in the scrum. Now we've got Ray Brown being called out.
Ray Brown claiming he's been bitten there from his actions in holding his hand up to the referee.
Penalty to Manly. Well, Elias has come off second best, scored another 20 points in the second half, and they've run out winners by 32 points to 10. And for Manly, 2 tries to Kerry Bowstead, 2 to Philip Blake, 1 each to Steve Hegarty and Des Hasler, and Hegarty 4 goals. And for Balmain, tries to Stephen Humphrey-Brooks, 1 goal. Manly led 12-10 at half-time, and they've run out winners by 32 to 10. Let's have a look at the statistics of the game.
Not very many scrums, Manly, and 3 to Balmain, and no tight heads. But the penalties, a whopping 17 to Balmain as against Manly's 8, and there were 9 to 2 in Balmain's favour in the second half. So you can tell the story there, particularly in the second half.